So this is for anybody to view and go back if you need a couple of times to let it sink in, okay? This is the wisdom in placing, once you hit ultimate, placing your orders underneath other people in your downline, underneath your brand partners.
To do a quick video to show you how to place an order in your account, but give the PV credit to somebody in your downline once you have hit ultimate. And what's going to happen when you do this is actually two different things. One, you're going to earn a commission off of your own order that you placed. And two, you're going to help your new brand partner get one step closer to hitting ultimate. Now, the caveat to this is you're not going to do this until you yourself have hit ultimate. Now, the way that you can confirm this is by logging into your back office, look just under your name under business level. And if it says ultimate, then that means you can do this to start earning, again, commissions off of your own order and helping your own people out. Now, once you have that confirmed, you're going to want to grab your brand partner's partner ID number. You can get this either off the email that you received telling you that you had a new brand partner. They can give you that brand partner ID, or the way that I personally do it is I just go find my person in the tree and I grab their ID number there. And again, their ID number is going to start right now with an N. Once you have that information in hand, you're going to hit shop. You can scroll through and find what you want, or you can search for it using the search function. I'm going to do a 30 pack. It's going to be a one-time.
Okay, this is the old pricing, you guys. The 30 pack is now $24.99. Everything else is still relevant. It's now $24.99.
Purchase. And by doing this 30 pack, that means that the person that I am going to give this credit to, that means I'm actually going to bring them to ultimate. So I'm going to hit proceed to checkout. Now, when you open it, it's going to automatically default to who is getting the credit for this order, and it's checked on myself. You're going to hit the change button, and then you're going to check the last one that says downline brand partner. And then here, you're going to enter that brand partner's ID.
Make sure. I haven't seen a problem yet with technology, but once you put that ID number in, look at the name and make darn sure that's the person that you want to give credit to. It's just a quick double way to check.
Their name is going to pop up. So you're going to want to confirm that you see their name pop up. Then you'll enter in your shipping details, your payment information, and then you'll simply just place your order. And so what will happen is you will once again make commission off that PV order. So where I was going to do a 30 pack, that means I'm going to make $450 commission off of my own order for placing a 1500 PV order. And then I just help my new brand partner get to ultimate.
Barb, would you like to explain in a little more detail the wisdom behind not leaving money on the table and earning that 150 per 10 pack or whatever it is for people who are already at Ultimate?
Yes, absolutely, because that is the magic of helping people get to ultimate. Early on, I just followed what Susan and Susan taught me, and I had gotten to ultimate day one. So I could either order through my business center and earn 15%, which is really nice. However, you can either do a customer conversion and invite them to save at a deeper savings as a brand partner, or want to do the business with me, partner with me, and I would help them because I need more, either more product or more boxes of drops. So I said, geez, come in where you fit in. If you want a 30 pack, great, no worries, we'll work with that. But if I have a person that just needed a 4 pack or came in with product, then I just knew that I needed more boxes, and I would just put that volume into their business center. It would get them to ultimate status, and then it would be an earnings of up to $450. And I absolutely do that all the time. I look deep into my organization of the personally sponsored, by the way, or I should say, I look at personally sponsoring. Who can I help while I need products?
So suppose you don't have like somebody that you can set up a Zoom with right away. What would be maybe a creative way to source so you don't leave money on the table?
Good question.
I have an answer.
Yes.
Well, I'm just saying because we were at PXP in Dallas and they were offering all these amazing packs and lifestyle credits, which the company does sometimes. They layer in all of these benefits, right? And I'm like, well, I don't want to leave money on the table. This is 1,500 PVs. So that means that's $450 coming back to me if I can scrounge up or round up or excite someone to be a new brand partner. And my neighbor across the street had been on drops for a while and her night sweats went away. She was in her early 40s. She loves the company. She tried another product. So I got on the phone and said, hey, let's do this. Going forward, you'll be able to have 30% off if X, Y, and Z, are you interested? Would you like to become a brand partner? So I sponsored her. And what that means is in this case, I paid her $29.95 and then I paid the money, got all the products, and she now had the status. So she now has a discount. I got $450 back, got a new brand partner, and down the road, when and if she's ready, she can now go out and get involved and also make money. Some people do family members sometimes, right? Have you ever done that?
Yeah, I put
Bar.
Randy in.
Yeah, I put Pete in. I put Pete in. So
Yeah.
that's an option too. And then was there any strategy about where you placed him?
I did. I placed
Yeah.
him on the top of my third line. However, I didn't realize that, we had a conversation, I think mastermind training. It's not really beneficial financially to build out your husband's pay line. So I just placed him there. But futuristically, we could have a different strategy. But right now, he's at the top of my third line. And that energy, because
Mm.
he's my dear partner here, my husband, it really has flowed. And we have some great leaders on that third line because of it. So think of who you would like to place on the top of another line, new line, because that energy is amazing. It really makes a big difference.
And the other piece of that is we can't just go and sign up family members without their permission, guys. Just ethically, we would never ever recommend that. And I even had conversations with my adult children if they wanted to work the business, and one was like, "Get away from me, mom. I'm sick of hearing about the drops." Like, okay, okay. So that was not the person. But my daughter was very interested. And so she came on board and she has the door open as an ultimate now to if down the road this is something that she's excited about. So those are just some creative ways that are all within bounds that we can also do this and not, I'm a huge fan of not leaving money on the table.
Hmm. There's a question here, Stephanie. What do you do regarding the subscription for your friend that you just enrolled? You paid the $29.95. You put the volume to get her to Ultimate. Then what's the conversation that you have with your friend?
To have her maintain that 30%, I say you can have a shampoo, you can have oatmeal soap, you can have whatever. You have to have some point volume each month on auto ship or subscription, which is what she has now. When and if she's ready to start working the business, I explained, then you have to have something called 100 PV. It's equivalent to $150 worth of products each month. So right now she's got 12 PVs with the shampoo.
Hmm. Hmm.
So everything's discussed. There's nothing it's full informed consent, and then they can decide. And I did tell her, I said, you're doing me a solid because I'm getting $450 off of this order back to me on top of what I'm already getting.
And I like to add to that because I do in that conversation, I do say, listen, I am putting people all the time in my business. So you can have this invitation to shop at a deeper discount.
Mm.
However, if you wanted to do that 100 PV monthly, you're going to love these products, the drops, whatever you guys talk about. And this is a conversation that you have due to their health concerns. You can recommend either one box of drops and renew, one box, which would combine 100. And then while you're getting healthy and thinking about, maybe you want to do this or not, I'm going to be placing volume in, and you would have a really nice half your business built. So that's what I actually have a conversation, and then they can choose. They can choose either just to, shop at 30% and not worry about, having the 100%. So it's an informed decision, right? But I give them choices. I give them choices.
Very key. And Susan Frank, you wanted to add in, my friend, about the personal sponsors first for Fridays, the value of getting somebody to Ultimate. I see your comment, and then you can actually roll into whatever you want to share with our team if you're able to talk.
Hey everybody! Yeah, just make sure that you put your orders under personally sponsored in their first 4 Fridays until they get to Ultimate. Once they're Ultimate, they're at top pay. So then you want to put it underneath a new personal sponsored person. So that's the key to get the most money flowing through your business. And it's just a great way to get other business partners because it's always going to keep you motivated as you're running low on product. Then you can start thinking, oh, well, who wants to make money? Who can I help? And it's just an awesome opportunity and a mental reminder like, hey, okay, I got to grow my business too. So it helps us move product and grow our business. And if you have product that you have available on hand, like be looking at networking events where you can go share the products, where you get yourself out there. Like if you had a business, you've got to advertise that you have it. So make sure you're doing your posting and your boosting, but also you can get out in the community and share with people what you have.
Susan, to your point, somebody else gave me this idea, I think on IPA, but I have a bag now because I did get some stuff at PXP in Dallas. I have a bag with a variety of different products that I just now sling onto my shoulder every time I'm going somewhere in the car. I'm not saying I roll up into the coffee shop and spread everything around yet, but the point is psychologically and literally it's there and it's with me and I have it.
Absolutely. And a lot of people will hide their drops. Like we're in business, like be proud of your drops. Like when you go, if you go to a restaurant, like set them out on the table. People are inquisitive and say, hey, what are those about? If you have a before and after and you've been a product of the product, have your before and after picture handy of yours and a couple other people and say, hey, these drops helped me. They've helped a few of my friends, and tell just real quick your testimony. People want what we have, and it's such a blessing. And I know I went to a Christmas party yesterday, and a lady's like, yeah, I've done so many things, it doesn't work, I'm on the shots. And I was like, oh, have you seen the side effect of those? And I thought, yeah, and look at me, like these drops work. And that's a beautiful thing, is being a product of the product. So nobody can sit there and be honest and look at you and say, hey, they're not working if you have your before and after picture. And then it gets conversation going for other people around. And also put yourself out there, like go out of your way to go to Christmas parties, to go to get togethers that you're invited to. Like, don't blow those things off, because you can learn new people that you can improve their health and you can improve their finances with a business opportunity. And there's no business in this world that people just make money and don't do anything. And we have the system of growth to give us a system, and it's basically personal development with a pay plan. We're always becoming the best person that we can be, and meeting the best people that are on the same journey. And I know I asked April, it looks like she's in the car driving, but April's went in stores and took her drops. She's got the product in stores. Do you want to add anything, April? If you can talk.
Yeah, you're right. I'm driving, but yeah, I mean, I went into a boutique that I shop at, and just made a relationship with that lady, and so yeah, so she sets up there now. But then I also do try to find times to go to different coffee shops for one, to get out of the house because I have 4 kids. So if I don't get away, I cannot really stay focused. Um, but I don't always go to the same coffee shop. like I choose different coffee shops to go to, so just because you can, different areas, you just want to meet different people. And I'm the same way. I mean, like usually I obviously I order something if I'm there at that coffee shop for a few hours using their internet and stuff. But I mean, I
Yeah.
will sit my drops out. I'll sit my sugar stop out or something. And you'll be amazed at just how many people, I mean, are just nosy and they just, they want to know and they'll ask you questions and stuff. So really, I mean, I am big on go to the coffee shops, like try to find little places to go work at and everything because you never know who you're going to run across and stuff. And usually, people who are stopping for coffee are getting it for the energy or something, and they're usually in a rush to run in, get the coffee, and they need to run out, So it's a great, the button. I mean, the button. I don't leave the house. I say I don't leave the house without it, and I just lost mine the other day. But like that button is like that's a huge thing right there that just gets people's attention. Like when I go to Costco, I make sure I've got that button on and everything. So just yeah, just I mean, always making sure you're showing, a product or something like you were saying, just describing what you do because people are paying attention even if you think that they're not.
That reminds me, April, tomorrow so I'm in
The
Denver.
end.
I'm in Denver, so tomorrow I'll be at the airport like at about, I don't know, 5:45 tomorrow, and Shannon McCullough from Oklahoma is coming through so we can go to San Antonio. So we're gonna sit there and we're gonna be talking to each other about, can you believe so and so lost this amount of weight and she's sleeping and she's nice to her husband again. So we're gonna just start like hyping it up between the two of us to see what we can generate with people because the airport, you're really close, right, to people. So I'm really excited for us to do our little entertainment tomorrow and see what we can stir up. And then I've heard of other people that are either at the airport or train station or whatever waiting. They get on their phone and they act like they're talking to somebody. She lost how much weight? Wait, what? She doesn't have night sweats anymore? So, as silly and as goofy as that sounds, people are nosy, they're listening, they want help, and they're going to have their antenna up. So, I think those things are kind of fun for me. This has to be fun, you guys, as we're on this journey. We have to be able to play with it and just and share. So we'll let you guys know how it goes tomorrow at 6 a.m. at the Denver airport. Is anybody else? Susan Frank, can you drill down? Mary's got a good question about the 30 pack. Say somebody hits that in the first 3 Fridays or something. What's the top, the limit on the bonus, new volume bonus money?
Okay, so the new volume bonus money is 1,500 PV, which is ultimate, which is top pay, which is $450. So after that pays out, that's the new volume bonus. The new volume bonus now turns into everything, the volume goes on the line that the person's on. So let's say another 10 packs ordered. Well, that 10 pack is 500 volume. So the 500 volume will go on the line that the person's in. So it just flips from new volume bonus to base commission. So it's volume down lines. And that's what you always want is volume down 2 lines. You want to keep them balanced. I don't know if you remember back in school, but greater than, less than, equal to, like if you're walking, you want your legs the same. So the same way with volume. Volume runs down 2 legs. You want to keep them as balanced as possible. If you get limp, oh, I shouldn't limp that way. If you get limped, then it's okay, but you want to grow the other line. So some people will get stuck and they'll say, "Oh, well, this is my pay line and this line's my power line." Well, they can flip. When they start flipping, you know your business is growing and you're about to make some big money if you don't get tripped up on it. But you don't have a pay line and a power line the same forever. So when they start flipping, you just build whichever one's smaller. Whichever one volume's smaller, you don't want to hop on one leg. You build that one back up and you put your people on that leg. So that's the biggest tip, is to keep your volume going down both lines. And once they hit ultimate, if you need more product, then you're looking for somebody else to start a business for $29.95, get what product they want, and then you can make up the difference. I don't offer to order underneath them until I know what they're ordering, because if they order a 30 pack, then I'm not going to slow them down by saying, oh, well, I'm going to put this underneath you. I see what they're doing. And then I see on the backside, if they need my help, I'll help them, because I've seen people downsell people. Whereas they could have got a 30 pack, but they only got a 10 pack because they're like, oh, well, I'm going to do this because people get excited. And no, you always see what that person's going to do. If they're doing a 30 pack, you go find another $29.95 person.
Do you guys understand the distinction she just made? If not, ask. Please ask. And Mary's follow-up question, Susan, was, but what if the volume happens first, then they go ultimate after two small orders?
And once they're ultimate, you go to the next $29.95 person. So once they reach 1,500 volume, then you need another personal business sponsor. So it's a genius business plan, because it's always going to keep you growing and keep you reaching and keep you offering the opportunity. And caring is sharing. So sharing that, hey, you know what? I mean, we don't just have great products, but you can make money with this. And people want residual income right now. And most businesses that you start take 5 years to break even. So that would mean you work in this business for 5 years till you paid off your 30 pack. Now, people are doing it quick and they're getting spoiled. So always put your brain back to traditional business. Usually, whatever they invest, it takes them 5 years of working full time plus to break even. So it's just an incredible opportunity that we have at hand. It's just a lot of people that come to the network marketing are like me, and we're employees. We're used to working an hour and getting paid an hour. In this business, a lot of times you're like work, 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 get paid, work, 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 get paid, and then work, get paid, then you get paid, work. So it flips
Mm.
on the backside, but you have to put the work in to get your business going. It's like pushing a boulder up a mountain. Like sometimes you think that sucker's going to roll over you, but keep pushing. Once you get it to the top, your business is taking off with or without you, because every person on your team is doing this business because they love the products once they get a hold of it, and they want the opportunity for their family. So just keep that in mind, is go help enough people get what they want, and it's going to come back every single time.
And not each season is created equally, you guys. So even if mentally, well, I'll work really hard for 3 months or whatever, this is the time to work. This is New Year's insanity resolutions. Do not miss this mass cultural momentum. Get your head in the game, man, and just like row, row, row your boat gently down the stream is my thought. So if you're a little weary, if you're tired, if whatever, man, we're gonna have some beautiful ease just because of everybody else's mindset.
We have
Yeah.
a
And that's the
question.
beautiful thing, is I've never felt like this is work. Like if
Mm.
you've ever worked a job, that is work, like hard work. And it's always changing and always shifting. Once you get how to use boards, this comp plan, like it's all repetitive. You know what you're doing. So that's a beautiful thing. Once you got it, and everybody starts the same way. Nobody gets a good business and a bad business. Like it's equal opportunity here. So that is just so beautiful. Go ahead, Bart.
Yes, thank you, Susan. I'd like to invite Kim Weber to unmute and ask the question specifically so we can either role play or have some great insight about this. Do we have a follow-up system script for new brand partners? I know we have one for customers. Do we have that? If someone comes in, they haven't even used the drops, they catch the vision. So not only are they brand new brand partners, but they're brand new customers. So I know that some people go with their hair on fire and drinking from the fire hose. But I know in the very beginning, I fell short on treating my new brand partners as new customers. How can we have synergy in helping them grow as a brand partner and supporting them as a customer. I think that Kim, please unmute and ask that question for clarity.
Well, and even if they have been on the drops and then they signed up, how is there a script per se follow-up system just for your brand partners, different than your customers?
So that's
Susan
the
Cameron
most,
would,
oh, go ahead.
well, I would, no, you go ahead, and then I just put in what Susan Cameron said it kind of is. But go on, Susan.
So that's the most beautiful thing, because if you have a brand partner, make sure they're trained on posting. You can look at their Facebook. Are they posting at 9 and 3? Are they sharing to Telegram? You can actually see what brand partners are doing. You can type in their name on the IPA to make sure they're on the IPA. If they're not, you can shoot them a text like, hey,
Yep.
Steph, I'm missing you on the IPA. Here's the link, because they might not have got into the system of what we do yet until they know the flow of where they're supposed to be. And the best thing is when customers become brand partners, because they want to be a product of the product. Their paycheck depends on it. Like their money depends on them being a product of the product and falling in love with something, whether
Mhm.
if it's Moa, Noni, whether if it's the shakes, whether if it's the drops, whatever it is. Like when I became a part, like a business partner, I wanted to take everything because I wanted to try what I was repping, and I wanted to see what I love so I could share it with others. So that's just a great place for people to be. But I just watch them and see, hey, hey, I see your post didn't go up at 9. Do you need help? Do you want to call? We can FaceTime screen share, because some people need more hand holding than others. Not me bossing them saying, hey, did you post at 9? Like, no, I just offer support and help. Because people don't like to be bossed.
They don't. I did not know that. You guys, I'm being a smarty pants, obviously, but in terms of the IPA, they used to not record them. We know some people have full-time jobs and they can't hop on a 45-minute IPA. No more excuses, though. They are recorded with the disclaimer, and Sarah posts them. So all of those nuggets and feeling connected and different ways to be inspired to make money, that blockage has now been removed for all of us with the recordings.
And the biggest thing is letting people know we get paid for getting brand partners and getting customers and helping brand partners get customers and brand partners. So keeping the main thing the main thing. If somebody has a full-time job and they're running crazy, like, hey, what you want to spend your time is getting brand partners and getting customers. And if you're feeling down and out, or you're not getting the customers you want to, get on the IPA, get some tips, like plug in, because people are like lamps. If they unplug, like their lamp's not going to burn. They're not going to be able to shine. So just make sure that you keep plugged in to motivate, but you always spend, if you only have a little bit of time, that you're spending it to collect brand partners and customers and wearing your button and going out there and letting people know what you have available and having fun with it.
Barb, share your brilliance of the tour guide paradigm, please.
Oh, on my onboarding. Yes, yes, yes. So I took my labored onboarding and made it fun because it was labor intense. And so what I do actually is I'm actually the tour guide for the resources. And I think I was afraid because in the very beginning I did exactly Susan Frank's um, training and things of that nature. And then when the new 2.0 came out, I was really afraid. It took me months to actually even consider using that methodical left-hand side as customers and right-hand side as brand partners. But what I do is I show people I'm the tour guide for resources because I want everybody to know after this conversation, they know where to go in boards to receive the information that I'm teaching them. So I make it fun and then I help them post their curiosity post and we schedule if they are down if they have downloaded the boards, if they have joined the apps. I don't take the time to do that on my onboarding. Okay? But I show them exactly where they can receive that. I said, and I always plant nuggets, self starters. Okay? I took my own accountability into action. I was told to do this, I did this, right? And that's how I got so far and so successful very quickly. I was a self-starter. I went and poked around and I shared it with them. Poke around. If it's at, late at night when the kids are in bed or you're, instead of watching Netflix, poke around at the resources. Here's that video training, the scrolling document. If you have an iPhone, it's right here. If you have an Android, it's right here. Also, we have printable information that's in this scrolling document right here. So I show them the nuggets, but you're going to and then I show them how to respond, how to boost in Telegram, how to respond on the comments, reply 6 words or less, because it's all about algorithms. Don't think of it as work, think of it as a game, let's say. How fast can you respond to people who are commenting? Yes, they are your team, but yet what it's really doing is it's putting your message in front of your customers, your potential customers, your family, your friends, your colleagues, and out into to the public, right? You're going to reach people the more you engage, 6 words or more. So like that comment underneath from me, from Stephanie, from Susan Frank, anybody that's on our team, because we're the free boosting service. Okay. We're the free, you don't have to pay for boosting service. So you like it and you comment, you reply. Don't make a separate comment. Just go and reply to their comment. But what you're looking for also is potential customers, because also the key nugget is people are watching you. And if you don't comment back or reply back on their message, on their comments, people are really squirrely like this. They're going to say, oh, why would I want to be her customer? She doesn't even respond to the people's comments. They're that squirrely, okay? And so they're not going to order from you. They're not going to ask for the information from you. So I give them enough resources to be successful and why we do it.
And then that way also people aren't terrorized or panic stricken if they have a question and they reach out to you, the person that onboarded them, and you're not available.
Mm.
We want to teach the people how to fish, right? That's
Yeah.
ultimately what we do. Any other wisdom, Mrs. Frank, you want to impart, or does anybody have any questions in real time?
I have a comment I would love to add, if that's okay.
Sure.
Okay, great. I just want to add that everything that Susan has just said and that Barb has just said and Steph has just said, all of that is super important, but I totally agree with the concept of you got to keep tabs on these new brand partners, because everything you just said, you think I am a great teacher. I've gone over every possible detail. It For every single new brand partner, they're not going to capture 100% of what you say in the single lesson that you went over it. So just keep tabs on them, keep watching, see if they are missing replying on comments, or see if they are off on their, posts or whatever. Figure out what they need, because we can't learn everything there is to learn in one fell swoop. We're all human. We're all going to miss something. And so if you just, like you said, just gently keep reminding and say, I think if you could go back in and, make sure you're replying in a timely manner, or whatever it is, in a nice, gentle way. But I have found that is really helpful, because it's just a lot. It's a lot to learn. It's like going to start a new job and try to learn every single thing the first day. It's just, it requires some repetitive reminders is the way I look at it.
100%. And then everybody learns differently. And based on our strengths, Clifton 34 strengths test, people have different ways of receiving information and what matters to them and kind of what really lights them up. I remember though, Susan Frank, you said something about we are offering $1 million business to everyone. And ultimately, it's up to the person to pick the tools up and decide how much they want to develop that, because we cannot carry people. So it's a both and what Jamie said, and then what Barb said, and Susan said, all of it. It's a lot. It's a lot. Anybody else?
Yes, I have an extension on Jamie's information. Is how then, what does it sound like, look like to be able to keep track? I mean, I know some people have a hard time with, geez, I feel like I'm a stalker on their page and then I'm reprimanding. I don't want to be their boss. What are some of the words you use for new brand partners to check up on their new brand partners? What are some of the, do you do another training or, geez, hey, let's get on a call to go over a couple of things, you know, maybe some reinforcement. So I'm just curious at what verbiage you all use.
Jamie?
I would say if it's really just like one thing they're missing, like I say this because I do have a brand partner who's really doing well. She's really killing it, but she's missing the basic step of replying on comments. She is working full time, to be fair. So she's busy. So I just kind of waited to see if it was a consistent issue. And so I just took a note of it and I just really, I didn't text her at, 10 in the morning when I know she's at work. I waited till after hours and I really just gently, we were already in a text conversation about something else. I was in a three-way text with her helping another customer. And I just, sent her a separate text saying, hey, by the way, one thing that would help you, and then also explain why it will help them. She doesn't know that Facebook is going to help boost, her algorithms if she does do these replies. And so I say, Facebook is a social organization. This is very social. They want us to be social. They want interactive conversations going on. They look at that conversation and they say, oh, okay, they're actually having a conversation here. I'm gonna boost, her post a little bit more. More people are gonna see it. So I explain the why behind it, but I'm just very light and gentle with it. And if let's say there was 5 different issues I was noticing, inconsistencies or, whatever, then I would probably say, you know what, I would love to schedule a conversation in the evening. What night is good for you? What works for you? And then I would go over if it was multiple issues. But just keep it light, keep it friendly, give a lot of praise. You are doing a great job. I cannot believe it. How many boxes of drops have you already sold? Like, this is unbelievable. You're killing it. And you just started the drops yourselves. Like, you were selling before you even started. You are a rock star. So just, gentle coaching and each situation is probably going to look a little bit different, but keep it light and friendly and upbeat and positive and encouraging.
Brilliant.
And I will see you in San Antonio, lady.
Yes, ma'am. I will see you. 1 or 5?
One.
1? Okay.
1.
Okay. Thank you, baby. Did we get any resolution, Kimberly K, on your subscription effects with the PV on damaged product?
I want to say one thing real quick on Jamie, and I'm not sure if she even realizes that she does it, but she's speaking belief into the person she's speaking to. So she's helping them believe, like, oh, I can do this. I'm doing this. Like, oh, I'm doing a great job. And that is a big key because people are nervous that are new and they're not sure if they're going to be able to do it. They can do this. So congratulations, Jamie. Like, in your response, I'm like, yeah, that is exactly what people need to hear is, hey, I believe in you.
Thank you.
Kimberly K, I
Hey.
believe in you. Unmute.
I believe in all of you too. Merry Christmas, everybody. So I just learned a really important nugget.
Okay.
And I just want to share it so no one else goes through what I just went through. So I had called up customer support because I'd received my burn and 2 cans were leaky. So I just called them up to say, hey, got 2 cans leaky, blah, blah, blah. Because it was less than half of the order, they didn't replace, but they refunded. Here's what happened. When they refund, they're going to take back PV. They took that PV against my subscription. So that made me non-commission eligible. And I just started a new person. She just made her big order. I had my big new volume coming in. I was like, it was there. Now it's gone. What's happening? So between, emailing customer support and then calling Susan, and Susan, Susan Cameron got on the horn. And then we heard, call them, re-get your subscription set up. And let me just tell you, Isaiah today was fantastic because I know we get sometimes frustrated when we call in and we're like, oh my goodness, they're not getting what I'm putting down. But he totally understood what happened. He worked with his supervisor and got it all taken care of. They reinstated, made sure my subscription was active because I'm like, it's sitting there. I never delete my subscription. What has happened? So that's just sort of like a lesson learned. There's a lot of nuggets in there. One, just, if you have that type of problem and they're not going to just send you new product, but they're going to credit you, make sure you find out the PV that they're taking away so you can ensure you have that PV within your subscription. I mean, a lot of people have more than just 100 personal volume subscription, which is great because if they took away 52 PV, you'd still be at 100, you'd still be commissionable. But, I'm that 100 girl. So there you go.
No, that's brilliant because that would induce terror or panic, right? To not be commissionable. Yes.
Yes. So he's working. He's like, don't email anyone. Don't call anyone. I'm taking care of this. I'm emailing. There you go.
Okay.
So I'm getting all that back.
That's the one thing I have seen about this company. They go over and above to make things right and that everything's fixable. So never panic. Like they're really good at working with us. But do pay attention and never, ever, ever cancel your subscription below 100 PV. Obviously, even if it's damaged, just tell them, hey, I need that PV. I need you to work this out for me. So always know your subscription weeks. And that's the first time in 12 years I've ever heard that. So now I learned from you, Kimberly, tonight.
And, aw.
Yeah, that's very interesting. And if you ever see, ladies, where there's a minus in red in your volume in the commission or my money volume, it means someone did return a product. Okay. But Kimberly was talking about her specific order. And also know that sometimes it'll show up if somebody sends something back. I think it's in red letters, it's the minus, and it's the red letters, and like, what is that? And then it's the person returned it, and they just, had to subtract the PVs because product got returned. Yeah. Any other questions? We have about 9 minutes officially left. Susan, Barb, y'all want to share anything in your heart?
I'm gonna tell all y'all are rock stars for being on training on a Thursday night this close to the Christmas. So high five. Y'all are the ones that are gonna make it happen this year.
Okay.
Claim it.
We're claiming it. We are definitely claiming it, aren't we, you guys? Yes, 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 yes. Barb, did you want to say anything? Close us out in prayer, my darling. Oh, wait, Jamie, did you have anything? Nope, she's waving. Okay. Barb, do you want to say anything and then close us out in prayer?
I think you are all amazing human beings, and I absolutely love all of your comments on my Facebook pages. I love the love and the support, and it's just really nice to have these types of relationships with so many like-hearted, like-minded people. Last night, I traveled 2.5 hours to go to Greenville to meet with a doctor at Kathy Justice and Kimberly's. It was a wonderful conversation with them, and she's a functional medicine doctor, and she's coming in. She's like us. I can't wait to introduce her to all of you and you to meet her. Her name is Dr. Pamela Brown. We call her Dr. Duck because she has 20 ducks with duck eggs. And I mean, we spent about a half an hour just getting to know who she was. So this has been the most such a blessing of a journey to just be around so many positive people. So keep on doing what you all are doing. You're making a difference, whether you know it or not. You're blessing people's lives just by being on social media, commenting positive things on social media, and inspiring people and bringing them hope. Whether they say yes or not, we're planting seeds. People are watching. So thank you so much for just putting your positive energy out there in the world people will definitely take notice. And it's not maybe now, but it's, maybe later on. But you're planting seeds, you're making a difference, whether they come in to be your customer or brand partner right now or in a few months from now. They're watching. So I will close in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this time to sit with you and sit with all these beautiful humans. They're actually the hands and feet and the heart of you. And we're just really so honored to be doing this type of work and partnering with each other, partnering with leaders, partnering with the owners, partnering with even people who are supportive and helping answer our questions. Where new brand partners are so, scared. And thank you so much for putting the people there to just bring our frustration down, breathe grace into us so that we can just say, oh, okay, we're doing great things. Okay, so great. And then you level up. Thank you so much for always guiding us and always opening up the doors for helping us to have prosperity in our lives. Thank you so much for the abundant lifestyles that you have given us and the friendships that you have shared with us. Thank you. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Barb.
Amen.
Thank you.
God
Right.
bless.
Good night,
Amen.
ladies.
Thanks.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.